Ballistic Bands STP workout is all about performance training. We're going to be working through powerful movements that are going to challenge our entire body with different levels of resistance. Push the results with maximal effort, reaching failure every single set. Utilize different varieties of resistance bands to find the right level for you. The Ballistic Bands assisted pull-ups is going to be a great way for us to maximize strength gains in our back, biceps, and forearms. Find the right level ballistic band for you, whether it be the green, the blue, black, or even a combination of several of them. We're going to be placing it in two different positions. We can put the ballistic bands around our knee, letting our heel come towards our butt, or we can get a little bit more assistance out of the bands by putting it under your foot. After you find the right level of resistance where you can maintain a full range of motion pull-up, we're going to go ahead and practice just a bit. We want to make sure that our levers are all in line, and we're going to be working straight up with our shoulder blades rolled back. We've got two different version workouts here for different strength levels. First, we'll begin with the more advanced one. We're going to start doing a normal pull-up without any assistance, and then we're going to overload the body by taking off a little bit of the weight by using the assistance of the ballistic bands. Find a good wide position, maintain great range of motion pull-ups all the way to failure. Next, you're going to throw that resistance band around your knee and use the assistance to max out and get as many reps as you possibly can. This burn down set is really going to maximize our gains and increase the amount of muscle activation to the failure point that we need. If you're not quite as advanced, we're going to be using the ballistic bands from the beginning. We're going to get a nice hand position and work that ballistic band around our knee or our foot, and we're going to move through complete failure sets just with the resistance bands. Maximize the range of motion, take it down deep, and then pull all the way up towards your forehead. We don't need to put our chin on top of the ball. We're going to get more forearm and bicep activation than we're looking for. We're trying to get our lats and work our back, so work to about your forehead and then come on down. As you progress and become stronger in these exercises, you can always move to the advanced version. Use one of the methods all the way to failure for 6 total sets. You can also mix in pull-ups with your hands close together in the supinated position, or stick to the wide pull-ups. To complete the ballistic band's floor curls, we're going to find a nice mount where we can wrap the ballistic band around and lay down flat on our back. Remember, spine alignment is key in every exercise, so make sure that you tuck your hips, get a great flat back position with your shoulders rolled back. Next, pay attention to the elbow position. We're going to keep those elbows on the ground and roll up and squeeze deep into our armpits. You're not trying to roll your elbows forward, reaching out in front. We want to keep our elbows down and almost feel as though you're curling towards your armpit. Work all the way to failure, about 12 to 15 reps. So remember, if you're not failing at 15, we need to increase the amount of resistance until we find that failure range around 15 reps. As soon as you fail, you're going to move into a very quick pace position with your elbows now in front together. We're going to find that we have a little bit more strength with our hands together and our elbows forward. So you're going to pick up the pace a little bit and really max out the muscle activation. With the combination of these two movements, you're going to have tremendous amount of burn in your biceps. Make sure that you take a little bit of rest, but only about 45 seconds, because we're going to try to cram together 4 sets, maximizing our burn through the entire workout. The ballistic band upright row is going to focus on our shoulders. You're going to stand on the band about shoulder width apart and grab the right level for you. Normally with the upright row, we want to choose a little bit lighter weight so that we can keep our shoulders rolled back. Anytime we're doing an upright row, we have chances of running into impingement if we roll forward and pull way out in front. But if we have a nice wide arm base and our shoulder blades are pulled together and we work to shoulder height, we're going to be able to get great activation in our traps and shoulders without getting that impingement feeling. Go ahead and plant your feet about shoulder width apart and then slide those hands out nice and wide, pulling those elbows up towards shoulder height. You're going to maintain a great pace for about 12 to 15 reps before moving into a quick rep speed. You can either drop the weight of the ballistic band or really just concentrate and pump out about 10 extra quick reps. Remember, the first half, we're going nice and slow, controlled, eccentric movements as well as concentric movements, and then we're going to pick up the pace a little bit and try to overload the muscle with the burn down set. 4 total sets with 45-second rest periods will complete the upright row. Ballistic bands are great for overloading our back muscles and challenging strength. Go ahead and mount a heavy ballistic band around a squat rack or your wall mount, and then place it around your wrist. We're going to keep square shoulders, square hips, and stay in a nice balanced position, completing rows on each arm. We're going to stick to the theme here and move with 12 to 15 rep failure points. So you need to use the right amount of resistance to where you fail within that rep range. Whether it be combining red, black, purple, or using a stronger band with a smaller band, we need to find the point point at which you fail in that rep range. Keep in mind now the ballistic band rows have to be done with square shoulders and square hips. As I mentioned before, in this position, it's really easy to flare that shoulder back and utilize your trunk to pull that arm back and then work back towards it and get the bend. Don't fool yourself now. We have to keep that great posture and work towards it. We want to keep that chest nice and sturdy so our back and our bicep does all the work. Don't use that rotation to cheat the rep. Stay nice and square. When you fail, then you're done. Move to the other hand. Complete these sets back to back. We don't need any more rest for our bodies. Grab a couple breaths in between each hands and then keep moving for 4 sets back and forth. Let's build strength in our quads with the Ballistic Band squats. Grab one of your thicker ballistic bands, whether it be green, blue, or even the orange. We're gonna put that band over our shoulders down just a bit from the top. We do not wanna put the ballistic bands over our shoulders because we're gonna get a lot of strain on our neck. We're gonna put it across our shoulders and then hold the band out front with a nice big chest. Standing on the band, you'll spread your feet out in a nice athletic stance, and we're gonna drop our tails down into the squat. Kick your hips back, don't stay in your knees. If you roll towards your toes and sit in your knees, we're not gonna get the right activation. To build power, we need to get it from the hips. So drop your hips back, knees stay behind the toes, and then accelerate up. Nice and controlled movements down, accelerate up. 15 to 20 reps with the ballistic band squats, and then take a small little break of about 30 seconds. Run them together for 6 total sets to wrap up this exercise. The Ballistic Band's Good Morning is going to be a modified version of our normal weighted Good Morning. We're going to grab one of the heavier resistance bands like the blue or the orange. We'll wrap that around our shoulders and pull our hands forward so that we've got a nice comfy position for that strap. Don't put it around your neck so that you get a lot of pressure in your neck. We want to have that around our shoulders, and then we're going to bend over, pivoting at the hip. Hips go back. You almost want to feel as though your hips are falling away from you so that we've got the load in the proper location. Now as we get down near the parallel position, we're going to stand up and get a nice squeeze tail position. You want to roll those hips in, squeeze your butt, and make sure that you keep a nice big chest. Don't let the band roll you over. Stay nice and tall. As you bend down for the Good Morning, it's important that you keep your legs semi-straight. We want to have a slight bend to the knee so we don't put any extra pressure on the joint, but this is a hamstring, glute, and low back exercise. So the straighter your leg is, the more that we're going to get activation in those regions. The Good Mornings are going to be burning a lot in your lower back, so it's key that in between sets you take that band off, pull your feet off of it, and let it come up in front so that you can get a little bit of rest for your lower back. Remember, strengthening is breaking down a muscle, giving it time to recover. Breaking down a muscle, giving it time to recover. This is no different. We want to strengthen the muscles while we're moving through the set, give it a little bit of a rest period so that we can break them down again without injuring ourselves. 5 to 6 sets, depending on your level of athleticism. You could stretch it a little bit past that 20 rep range, but stay within yourself working to get the maximal results that you can. The Ballistic Band tricep extension is an easy way to transition through different varieties of tricep exercises. We can do the overhead or the push down, modify each version with the right level of ballistic band. Go ahead and set a couple of them up on your squat rack or overhead mount, and then get your hands down around your chest. You're now gonna flex your triceps down, squeezing, and then resisting slowly back up, and then accelerating back down. Another version of the tricep extension is the overhead extension. Turn away from your mount, split your feet so that you're in a nice balanced position with your hips tucked. Next, you're gonna bring your elbows up near your eye level, and then we're gonna bring our hands out in front of our face to a nice straight position. Remember, the tricep, if you wanna get great activation, you've gotta get your arms straighter. If you're doing hesitation or pump reps, we can sit in the middle, but throughout the workout that we're gonna be doing, we're gonna go through full range of motion and extend those hands to get full contraction. Either of these exercises are acceptable. Choose which one that you would like to do on any given day, but move through 6 sets with 30-second rest periods. Keep the pace high and work all the way to failure. By the 6th set, your arm should be toast. The Ballistic Band drag sprints is all about building power in our hips. You're gonna double up some resistance bands so that we have a little bit of distance and utilize an anchor. Running through this is gonna build power off the ground. The more resistance that we have, as long as we can maintain that fast stride turnover, we're gonna be able to build more power off the ground. So work through 10 20-yard sprints, 5 30-yard sprints, and 2 40-yard sprints to wrap up the workout. Maintain great running form, and arm action is key. Don't hold the bands, really work your arms and drive them up with your good 90s. Knee positioning is also key. You've got to work to be powerful through every single rep. If you start running like a robot due to the resistance, we've got to lighten the load. So anchors, adjust the load depending on how your athlete is moving. The Ballistic Bands STP workout is really going to push you to the max. Train with intensity, focus on rep ranges, and always use full range of motion through every exercise.